Okay. What will be our next problem statement? Right. We have to welcome to the user. Welcome user. Right. So what all the things we have to do here? Right. Take. Okay. Take username from the user. Right. And then welcome. Right. Welcome. So how to welcome to that user? We have to mention welcome to RPA1. Okay. Welcome to RP. And whatever the name the user has given, for example, test user. Okay. So we can give it here as a test. Okay. Welcome to RPA test. Right. These are the two steps we have to do it. So now, whatever the problem statement we'll see, at least you people already will be aware about how to do it. So you know how to uh, display the message or print the message, right? But we are not aware about it, right? So let's go and see how can we take the input from the user, okay? And go back to the flow chart. So as we discussed, like within the same process, we will build this small problem statement, right? So go to the sequence and we can give the proper naming so that we can understand, right? This is for hello world, this is for welcome, right? So just click to the sequence, go to the property. Now we are into the property. So its name is a sequence. We can give hello world. Okay. I have given it as a hello world, right? Now I will take another sequence. Okay. We'll take another, right? And this is welcome, right? Welcome. Then, okay, double. It will go in. So what is the next thing we have to do? We have to take the name from the user. Okay. How to take the name from the user? Input dialog. Okay. I have taken the input dialog. Just a second. Give me a second. Right. So I have taken this input dialog. Okay. So by using input dialog, we can take any input from the user. Okay. Right. So this is the purpose of input dialog. Right. What is the next thing we have to do? Right? It is asking for dialog title, label, right? And then other things. Okay. So this input, for example, if I will save it and run. Okay. So just imagine if blank screen is coming in front of us, right? How will feel, right? How will or how the user will understand what has to be done, right? See, so that's the reason here we have to provide title, label to that particular field. Okay, even though it's not mandatory, but it's good to have. Otherwise, how the user will come to know, right? So what we'll mention here, title. Okay, so I will mention, please enter the username. Okay, and here I will mention user. Okay, I have given this title and label. What is the next thing now? We have to welcome to that particular user. We have to display the message, right? So if you want to display the message, we have to use the message box, this message. Okay. And how will welcome to that particular user? We'll mention welcome to RPA work, right? And then plus. Okay, plus. Plus will give for concretation. Okay. Or maybe currently we'll just mention this. Okay. This one. So now we are good. Okay. We are good. Save it and run. Okay. Now what it is doing? It is asking the enter the user. So I will mention test user. Okay. Test user. Then it is showing welcome to RPA1. But what it should display? It should display welcome to RPA word test user, right? So can anyone tell me why it is not showing this test user? Any idea?
So,
Mm-hmm.
I think because in the dialog box, you have mentioned welcome to RPA word. If we dynamically want to put test user, so we have to, like generally in the coding, we then put it in double quotes that, whatever is the input mode, enter that also.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So why it is not displaying it? Because we are not giving any reference, right? We are not giving any reference like what value it has to show. Okay. Second thing, second thing, if you want to give the reference here, we have to store it, right? We have to store at some place, right? So if you want to store, what we want to store, right? We want to store the input or any info or any data, right? What we need a variable. We need a variable. Variable is nothing but a container where we can store the info. Okay, right? We need a variable. So how to create a variable? How to give the reference? Go to the variable, give the variable. So I will mention var. Okay, var username. Right? Variable name can be anything. It can be your name also, ABC 123 XYZ, but give proper naming convention so that we can understand it proper. Okay. So I have given var username. From where? Go to this variables, click here, right? It will open this window, give this variable, right? And then we have to give the reference of variable to this input dialog into the property. So go to the properties here, right? And can you see the output result? So just type VA, right? Can you see? If you type VA, it will show you the variable enter. Okay. And then go here. Okay. Plus, right? Will type VA, it will come enter. Right? Now run and see. Okay. So username. I will give test user. Can you see it showing test user? But it does not look good. There is a no space between word and test user, right? So how can we give the space or any thing we have to do? Go here, right? After the word, give some space. If you want to give hyphen, slash, give it here, run and see how it is. Okay. So here we'll give test use. Okay. Or a demo use. Right. Now it's working perfectly. Right. So in this way, we can create a variable. Okay. And we can give the reference basically so that it can be handled dynamic. Clear? Any question, doubt?
No.
Okay. So if it's clear,
Clear.
please go ahead and try it. Okay. Uh, so basically here we talk about the variable, right? So variable is clear for everyone, right? So for example, I will give a day-to-day life example. Okay. Suppose if you want to buy any vegetable, grocery, right? What we are doing, we are carrying a container with us, right? And we'll go to that shop or go to the mall and we'll buy it, right? And we'll store into that container and we'll come back to the home, right? So just imagine without the container, it is possible to bring those things to the home? No, right? Because it holds those things. Similar way, here we need a variable, right? It will hold the particular data for us. Okay. Now the next example is addition of two numbers. Okay. So I want to do the addition of two numbers. So what we have to do first, we have to take two numbers as input from the user. Okay. Then what is the next thing? We have to do the addition, right? Perform the addition, right? And what is the last thing? Last thing is, right, display the result. Okay. So now we know how to take the input from the user. We know how to display the result, right? But we don't know how to perform the addition, right? We'll see. Now we'll take another sequence. Okay. We'll give the name as a addition. Okay. Addition. And then connect this start node to this one because we have to execute this, right? That is the reason start node should be connected. So start node is connected to that particular sequence, it will execute only that particular thing, right? Double. So how to take the input from the user, right? We'll mention input dialog. Okay. How many input dialog we required? We required two input dialog, right? This is first, this is second, right? Here we'll mention please enter number one. Okay. And here I will mention number one. Okay. Similar way, I will mention here please enter number two, right? And here I will mention number. Okay, right? Now we have to store the information into this. We have to store this number into the variable. So how we have created a variable previously from the variable section, right? Now I will tell you the another way to create the variable. Okay, so how to create a variable in another way? Click on the input dialog. Okay, click on the input dialog. Go to the properties, right? Go to the result. So control K, right? How we can do here? Click on the input dialog, go to the properties. Can you see the output, right? Result. So control K. We have to press control K. As soon as you press control K, can you see that set where, right? Small pop-up. So I will mention where and one and hit enter. As soon as you hit enter, this variable will be available here as well. Okay, it will be available here as well, right? Where and right. Then similar way we have to do it for here as well. So go to the properties, right? Control K, click Control K. It will give this small pop-up set where and two. Variable is created here. Variable is created here as well. Okay. So can anyone tell me which is the best option to create a variable from the previous problem statement or this one? Which is the best method to create a variable as per your knowledge, whatever we have seen so far?
From the properties.
Okay, from the properties. Anyone has any thought? Okay, okay. So you are absolutely right, Anisha, right? To create a variable from the properties, that is the best way, right? Why? There is a reason, or there are the reason. Because if you create a variable here into the output, it will get created here also. Previously, what was happening? You have to create here and then have to give the result, right? So sometimes what happened during initial days, right? We'll create a variable here, but we'll forget to give into the activity, right? So this is the first reason. Second reason I will explain you later, tomorrow. Okay. Now we have to perform the addition. So if you want to perform addition or any calculation, manipulation, right? We have to use a assign. Okay, so I have taken this assign. What this assign is saying, value to save and saved. Okay, so it's like from and to. Okay, so this is from and this is to. What is this to? Variable, right? So I will create a variable here. Control K. By from here also you can create variable. Control K where sum, right? I have given it as a sum where sum. Now we have to do the addition here, right? What is the addition? Where n1 plus where n2, variable 1 plus variable 2. That's it, right? And what is the next thing? We have to display the result. How to display the result? By using the message. Take this message box, right? We'll go here where sum. Okay. Now we are done. Save, run this. Okay. Give the number. What is the number one? For example, 7. Number two, 9. So what it is doing? It is not doing the addition. It is doing concatenation. So can anyone tell me why it is doing like this? Any idea? Any guess?
Because Vaibhav, in value to save, it is mentioned where n1, and this plus sign is not adding, it is concatenating the two variables.
Hmm. Correct. Correct. So there is a reason. So maybe I think Anisha or Pratiksha tried to say something. Yes, Pratiksha. Oh, so why it is doing like that? We'll discuss about it. Okay. So addition, right? Addition we can do for the numbers only, right? We'll not able to do like a plus b or c plus d, right? Or x plus y, right? So now we'll talk more about variable, right? We'll talk about variable types. Variable types. So first variable type is text or string. Okay. So suppose if you want to store any alphabets, group of alphabets, right? For example, A, B, or any name, surname, last name, first name, right? So for that we are having different variable. Okay. For that we are having this variable type, text or string. But we can store only one value at a time, huh? Either A or B, or either this name or this surname. Second thing, integer or number. Okay. What is the second thing? It is integer or number. Correct. So if you want to store any number 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, we need a integer or numeric value. Okay. Then the next question, why we are having different variable type? Can't we store into the same variable, right? So answer is no. Why? Right? We'll go back to our general example we have discussed about a variable. Okay. So what we discuss, if you want to buy groceries, fruits, vegetables, we'll go to the shop or mall, we'll take it, right? We'll put into the container and we'll come to the home. Okay. So suppose if we have milk, what we have to store it. So what we have the separate container for the milk, right? If you want to store the pulses, we are having the different container, right? Suppose if you want to store the cloth, we are having the wardrobe, right? So it's not like all are containers only, right? But it doesn't mean we are keeping fruits into the wardrobe and cloths into the fridge, right? So similar concept is applicable into the software industry also, right? So if you want to store those things based on that requirement, we are having different variables. Okay. So why it is concatenating? Because by default, if you go and see the variable type is a string, right? So string means it is considering it as like A or B. So if you mention A plus B, right, it will be AB, right? But if you mention number 7 plus 9, it will be 16, right? So what we have to do? We have to change the variable. So how to change the variable type? Go to this variable type, okay? Select it as a int 32, okay? Select it as a int. So I am going to select it as a int. Go here, select it as a, select it as a, okay? So I have changed this variable type as an integer because by default it was string, right? And now I will run. Okay, number for example 7, then 9. Now it will display the 60, right? So that is the reason, uh, right? It was not working previously because variable type was different. And now when we change the appropriate variable type, it worked perfect. Okay, clear? Any question, doubt, any conclusion? Okay, all good. So please go ahead and try.